post game.
Yeah, I'll be requesting my Apple Pay after this. No, I mean, Paige is a great player. Hold her to 16 points.
The WNBA, the gift that keeps on giving. The stories write themselves. The YouTube videos, they make themselves. I don't make the videos make themselves. Look at this stuff. I'll be requesting my Apple.
That single remark transformed what initially seemed like an innocent joke into a serious issue of credibility. But the most significant part wasn't the $400 itself. It was the league's response once the incident became public knowledge.
All-Star weekend, you and Angel made a bet with each other on this game. Is that bet still?
This is how the rich stay rich.
You gotta save this money. I'm gonna see you next week on Wednesday.
Yes.
At night?
No, at practice.
Oh, at practice?
I know y'all gonna lose, but if y'all lose,
I get to have that.
if y'all win, you get it 400.
And if we lose, then you get to
No, you owe me 400.
bet. I'm staying on it.
Take a closer look at how relaxed the entire exchange is. Paige Bueckers and Angel Reese aren't having this conversation behind closed doors or in a private setting. They're speaking openly in front of cameras, laughing about who owes money depending on the game's outcome, joking about holding onto the cash, and treating the whole bet like casual entertainment. To be clear, nothing shown in the video proves that either player attempted to influence the game in any way. That distinction is important. A lighthearted wager between two athletes is not the same as game fixing, manipulating statistics, or providing information to gamblers. It's important not to stretch the evidence beyond what is actually visible. However, professional sports leagues don't create gambling policies only to punish proven corruption. Those rules exist to protect the integrity and even the appearance of fair competition before any serious misconduct can occur. That's exactly why even a seemingly harmless bet between active players involving a league game can raise legitimate concerns. The most troubling part comes afterward. Reports indicate that the league provides players with annual education covering these gambling rules. If that's true, the discussion is no longer about whether they were aware of the policy. Instead, the real question is whether those rules are enforced equally when well-known players appear to ignore them in public.
Underdog WNBA, this says there will be no punishment for Angel Reese or Paige Bueckers over this incident. Okay, here it says WNBA statement on deleted social post featuring Angel Reese and Paige Bueckers appearing to make a friendly wager on yesterday's Dream Wings game. While the social media post was intended to be lighthearted, WNBA players are well aware of the league's policies prohibiting betting on WNBA games and receive training every year reinforcing these policies. So they got trained at the beginning of the season. They know they can't do this, but they still did it.
Based on the statement featured in the original video, the WNBA announced that no disciplinary action would be taken over the deleted social media posts. The league also emphasized that all players are informed of its rules banning wagers on WNBA games and participate in annual training designed to reinforce those policies. That immediately creates an obvious inconsistency. On one hand, the league presents these gambling rules as significant enough to educate every player about each season. On the other hand, it chose not to publicly enforce them in this situation. Those two positions are difficult to reconcile. The purpose of annual training is to eliminate any claim that players were unaware of the rules. It allows the league to confidently say that every athlete has been informed, understands the boundaries, and recognizes which actions could undermine the integrity of the competition. When a public incident raises questions about those standards, the league is expected to demonstrate that the education it provides has real meaning. That doesn't necessarily require handing out a lengthy suspension. Accountability can take many forms. A financial penalty, an official warning, mandatory refresher training, or another clearly communicated corrective action could separate a careless mistake from more serious gambling-related violations. However, if the public sees no visible consequence at all, the message becomes very different. It can create the impression that the rules exist on paper, but whether they are enforced depends on the specific situation or on who is involved. That perception can be especially damaging because gambling controversies in professional sports are rarely judged by the amount of money at stake. Instead, they are judged by the level of access participants have. Active players possess knowledge that ordinary bettors do not, including injury updates, lineup decisions, team strategies, personal circumstances, and the physical condition of teammates and opponents. Even if none of that information was used in this instance, leagues establish strict, clear-cut rules because players occupy a uniquely influential position. For that reason, the WNBA did not need to accuse Paige Bueckers or Angel Reese of attempting to corrupt the game. What it needed to demonstrate was that the line separating acceptable conduct from prohibited behavior still carries real weight.
Says, we recognize that the post missed the mark, removed it shortly after it was published, and addressed the matter internally. We will also use this as an opportunity to re-emphasize with the players involved that conversations about wagering on WNBA games, even when intended as a joke, can have negative consequences. Well, you should show them the negative consequences. You should show them the negative consequences. Okay? I don't know if you were going to issue a fine. I don't know if you were going to do a one-game suspension. I don't know.
According to the reported statement, the league described the post as an attempt at humor that simply fell flat. It explained that the content was deleted soon after it was published, addressed internally, and would serve as an opportunity to remind players that conversations involving wagering can carry unintended consequences. But that explanation leaves one obvious question unanswered. If there were negative consequences, what were they? An internal discussion may have been appropriate, but the situation itself unfolded in full public view. Fans witnessed the wager being discussed, saw the league-related content circulate online, noticed when the post disappeared, and then read a statement emphasizing that players were already familiar with the league's gambling rules. If every aspect of the response remains behind closed doors, the public is left wondering whether any meaningful accountability actually took place. Transparency is important because the league isn't simply overseeing the behavior of two individual players. It is protecting confidence in the integrity of every game. Fans invest in the sport by purchasing tickets, watching broadcasts, buying merchandise, analyzing results, and increasingly engaging with betting promotions that surround professional sports. As sports betting becomes more closely tied to the overall sports landscape, the responsibility to maintain clear boundaries for participants becomes even greater. The standard cannot shift depending on the circumstances. Gambling cannot be treated as a serious threat to competitive integrity in one situation while being dismissed as harmless when a viral moment involves well-known players. Otherwise, enforcement begins to appear driven by public relations rather than consistent principles. There's another important aspect as well. The league reportedly emphasized that the post was intended as a joke and meant to be taken lightly. That explanation may help clarify why the incident occurred, but it does not eliminate the underlying policy concern. Many professional rules are designed to address the risks created by certain actions, regardless of whether anyone acted with bad intentions. For example, a player who unintentionally reveals confidential team information may have no desire to assist bettors. A staff member making an offhand remark about an injury may not be trying to influence betting markets. Likewise, two players casually making a wager may have no intention of undermining public confidence. Even so, leagues establish firm standards because intent is often impossible to verify after the fact, while the appearance that competition could be compromised can spread instantly and damage trust just as quickly.
Idiotic WNBA. You guys are so stupid that you are the one who posted it. You guys reposted it and then shortly deleted it shortly after. I mean, the WNBA, I mean, it's just a joke, man. Like they don't have their business together. Here it says the WNBA, after posting a video of Paige Bueckers and Angel Reese appearing to bet on a $400 game between them, told Front Office Sports, it was intended to be lighthearted.
In the end, the controversy wasn't really about the $400 wager. It was about how the league responded. The players may have made a careless joke, but many critics argue the WNBA weakened its own gambling policy by offering no visible public discipline. Do you think an internal warning was enough, or should the league have taken stronger action? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more coverage.